All right, guys. So here's what we're looking at for week 1 of May. Always mute your phone. Mute your phone when you come on a conference call. So recorded training. So this is week 1 of May, guys. Sam, 10,634. That's issue paid. Patricia, 9,882. Congrats, Patricia. Derek, 8,235. Michael, 8,000 even. Prince, 7,183. Geo, 6,788. Chris, 5,219. Tim, 4,751. Lamar, 4,705. Dana, brand new agent, first time issue paying business, 4,614. Not a bad paycheck for your first time getting paid. Myself, 3,272. Percy, 3,243. Rez, 2,879. EV or Everett, 2,795. Wendy, 2,774. Gabe, 2,746. Matt, 2,722. Anna, brand new agent, 2,719. Great job, Anna. Michael Jordan, 2,571. Again, so the Nike endorsement deal isn't working out, so he's working with us now. 2,571. Desmond, a new agent with us, I think 2 months now, 2,548. Jen, 2,205. She's also new, been with us about 2 months, right, Jen? Yeah. About 2 months. Princess, 2,185. Dan, 1,978. Elaine, 1,973. Steph Curry, another NBA player on the team, 1,735. Will, 1,727. Chris, 1,471. Dolores, brand new agent as well, 1,403. So that's 3 brand new writers so far. I feel like there's another one here somewhere that we didn't highlight, but Mark, 1,254. Andre, 1,215. Liz, 1,104. Natia, 1,088. Phil, 1,016. Hazel, 987. Josh, 876. That's the area code for Jamaica, just in case you were curious. 876. Zach, 651. Marcus, 608. And then Ray, 596. Camilla, 571. Regine, 540. Eddie, 361. Natasha, 359. Moss, 330. Peter, 303. Jameson, 298. And Lauren, 240. That gives us a total of 125,374 in issue paid sales just 1 week into May. So congratulations, that's a great week. If we stay on that trajectory, we should finish the month at 500,000, which is ideally the goal. Last month, we finished off at 448. So about 450 if you round it up. Our goal is to hit 450 in a 4-week month because we had a 5-week month last month. So we want to duplicate that again in 4 weeks, which means we've got it and we're holding on strong. And then if we hit 500,000, I'm going to be handing out money like Oprah. Not really, but just saying. Patricia's here. She's like, what? Wait, what? How much? I figure I wake you guys up.
You guys get details about
that. Yeah, Sean will. Sean Mike. You can look him up. But no, that would be a big accomplishment, guys. And so let's go after it. Definitely drop that. Bar none, 450. I definitely think that's achievable, and we just got to keep the pace. The key in this business is not to become complacent. Just like treat it like a job and treat it like a business. If you have a pizza shop and you go out, you have a big weekend because it's a holiday weekend and everybody's not cooking, they're ordering pizzas. You don't shut the store down for the rest of the week and be like, yep, made all my sales. No, you open the store regular hours and you go to work and you serve your regular clients like you do. So your business, you got to treat it the same way. So congratulations. We're on target to have another big month and we're excited about that. So
everyone here in the West Palm Beach office says we are hitting 500,000 this month. It's already done.
I can't hear you. You got to get the mic a little closer.
Can you hear me at all?
I hardly. Is it just me? Anybody else on the call?
We just want to let you know that the West Palm office says we're hitting a 500,000. It's a done
Oh,
deal.
okay. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's do it. You said it on camera. We got this recorded. So real quick, I believe you guys can do it down there with Palm Beach. We're gonna make it happen. So we're gonna jump into some Q&A here in a little bit, but I wanted to talk to Agent Barrett, Elaine, and Elaine Planas. Real quick, both of these agents actually hit over 10K last month. Let me see how focused you on your numbers, Agent Barrett. What was your exact issue paid number last month? Agent Barrett.
Oh yeah. Let me unmute. My exact issued paid number last month. I think it was 11,000.
11,000.
It was 11,000.
Okay.
I finished that off 11,000.
All right.
You know.
We're gonna check it out. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. We on. This is a quick pop quiz for you. Hold on. Hang tight. Can y'all see my screen? So, just so you know, under the guide section of our Facebook page, we have all of our issue paid numbers. So we can go here to week 5, end of month. And where is it? Right here. Nope, that's not correct.
Oh boy.
Technical issues, hold on.
Need Mac.
Did I click the right one?
What are you looking for?
Oh, you updated the flow code. That's what it is. Yeah, the flow code is updated. All right, Agent Barrett. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. It's like 11,000 some change. Let's look at week 4 real quick. And then we'll be able to tell. Week 5.
Oh.
Give me one second. So week 4, you were at 10,721. So I'm assuming in the 5th week you at least did an extra 1,000. So you were very close. So real quick, so this was April. You finished off over 11,000. I know there's a lot of people on this call or that will watch this call back that will want to know, okay, how did you do that? What were some of the things that helped you to accomplish that? So that's what I wanted you to chat about real quick, and then we'll jump to Elaine and we'll ask that same question. So take like a minute or two and just kind of talk about that, kind of some of the things that help you hit 11,000 last month.
Well, to be honest, Jermaine, it's all about, just having the activity. You just have to always have the activity. You just buy leads, you understand, dial them. If you don't get through, to the leads, you go door knock them, you resolve the leads, because you can't just keep buying the leads. You understand? Just having the activity. You understand? Just always having the activity and the right mindset and attitude, just push forward, and it just happens. I think this is like my my 3rd consecutive month at 10,000. And I just realized that it's just all about, increasing the volume, of activity, and that's pretty much it. Because I'm trying to double, so it's just attitude and activity. That's it. I wish I could say YX plus square equal or some form of magic abracadabra, but nah, it's just the attitude and the activity. That's it.
Makes sense. And so let me ask you this: how much would you say, if you can estimate, are you spending on leads each week?
So I would say a week on leads, I would say like $1,000 minimum. $1,000 minimum.
Okay.
On a week, yeah, a minimum of $1,000.
And what kind of leads are you purchasing?
It's all CRM leads. New, instant. I have some retro, mailers coming in too. So, pretty much just anything any leads basically, like I always say, buy any leads necessary.
Makes sense. Any leads necessary. I love it. By any leads necessary. We got
any leads necessary.
Yeah, we gotta make a T-shirt. That'll be on the front. Run up the score on the back. By any leads
By
necessary.
any means necessary.
Hey, Gio, you might have to help us out with that one. We need a shirt. Talk to your boy. Awesome. Any leads necessary, and then it's just working. And you mentioned something about resolving leads.
Yeah.
Again, by any means necessary.
Mm.
Two of the sales I made this weekend were door knocks. Folks that either didn't have a number on there or invalid number, or just wouldn't pick up the number they had. So, what's your approach to that? As far as how often are you door knocking? At what point do you decide to door knock a lead?
When I realized that I'm not booking enough appointment, I was like, nah, I'm gonna be in front of these people no matter what, So, and at first, to be honest, I never liked door knock, but now, I'm getting to love door knock because it's actually I just have the lead out and say, what up? Yep, you signed it. This is it. This is what you filled out. This is your handwriting. This is you filled it out. So I mean, and again, it just all comes with the work ethic. You just have to turn up the volume. Because when I was resolving leads and doing the door knock, I was so tired of hearing no, until naturally I learned this thing where I'm door knocking. When I pulled up to the client's house, I would say to them, hey John, I know you probably be getting a lot of phone calls and spam calls and telemarketing calls and stuff like that. So that's why they send me out here, you understand, to make sure that your request was actually an official request that came into my office looking for some help with your insurance or whatever. So I'm just here to see how best I can help you. I don't have much time, but I can spend like 10 minutes with you. If not, I have to put you back in my schedule. And that's what I say. And I've been getting I've been booking appointments and stuff like that from that.
Perfect. And that's all you need to say, because that's what it is. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
perfect. And just
Exactly.
doing more of that. It's honestly speaking, for anybody that if you don't have enough appointments on the schedule, which was the case with me this weekend. It's door knock, put some appointments on the schedule. So there should be no reason why, hey, every now and then dial days will be rough, right? Either they're not answering the phone for some reason, or whatever the case may be, and you're not able to have enough space, enough appointments on the calendar. Now it's by any means necessary. Now that you have the
Yeah.
leads, and it's any means necessary, which is you got to get out there and go see them. So proud of you, man. What do you think you're gonna do this month?
Well,
What's the goal?
this month I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push this month, for 10. Nah, just kidding. I'm pushing for, at least 15 this month.
15.
So
Okay.
I can do it. It's not hard. The mechanism is already here. I just gotta plug myself in and just, keep the right mindset and just turn the volume up. That's it. It's nothing else.
You're absolutely right, man. Anybody could do 15, because when you look at it, 15 is about 15,000 a month is about 15 appointments, right? So if we have
Yeah.
30 days, you think we could get 15 sales, not just 15 appointments. We could get 15 sales, 15 families helped in that 30-day period, right? So I think you could
Mhm.
do it. You finished off at Desiree just verified 11,500 on the money. So
And
504 to be exact.
and real quick, Jermaine, I don't know my exact closing ratio as yet, but I would like to say my closing ratio is excellent. And I think even though I'm not booking a lot of
If you should
appointments,
say
but
so yourself.
no, for real, because no, for real, because I realize once I get to sit, with that family, that is going to be a high chance of closing, because the
Yeah.
thing is the main thing is just genuinely care for these people, and that's
Yep.
all they want. They just really, really want somebody that genuinely care. And once
Yep.
I can find out, what the problem is and what triggered them to fill this lead out, then that's it. That's it. It's a wrap. Because
100%.
I'm letting them know, hey, I work with these insurance carriers. I don't work for them. I work for you. You understand? And that just, that just take the guard on and everything, and it just always work. And I say,
100%.
I
No,
could
you're
care
right.
less what your premium is. That doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? So small trial closes like those, you know, and because these people, they just want to see that you care for them. And that's it. Like when I go into a house, I don't think about, you know, the money or anything. I just think about the family. And that's all it is to it.
100%, man. Well, I'm excited for you. Let's shoot for 20 because you just said it, man. They need your help. You're going out there to genuinely help them. Let's shoot for 20. If you miss 20, you hit 15. Deal?
Yeah.
All right.
Deal. Let's go.
All right. Thanks for sharing, Chris. Elaine Planas, jump on real quick.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
Good, good. I'm
Good.
stuck in all, but I'm doing good.
Hello.
We don't see you.
I know you miss me, Gio. That office is too quiet without me.
Where'd you, let me see her numbers. Hold on a second, Elaine. Let me just look at
Too
you.
quiet, Elaine. Too quiet. I need you here.
I know, Elaine, do you know your numbers? Let me see how close you are to what you did last month. What were your issue paid
I
numbers
think
from?
it was a little over 11. I know it was a few $100s more than Chris. And I'm not saying it for any reason, but I know that it was like 11, 3 something. Not that much.
Competition, I love it.
No, I love to rub it in his face. I don't have his skills.
I love it. And it's funny because I was on a call with Sean Mike and he was just talking about, hey, you don't really need to have any special skills besides what Chris just said. You just got to generally want to help people. So where's she at on here? 11,853. So you beat Chris by $400.
There you go, Chris.
Little over $400. So same question to you then, Elaine. So 11,000 change. What was it that helped you? There you go. Now we see you. What was it that helped you do that last month? And if I'm a new agent looking to do that, what are some of the things that you're recommending for me to do?
Actually, it's exactly what Chris was saying. It's actually activity, just buying more leads. I don't spend as much as Chris does. I'm a little bit more reserved, and I do work a lot on my old leads. And there's specific reasons why I've been doing that for the past month. But when I do purchase more leads, you do get more activity and you do get more appointments. It doesn't mean that you're gonna sit with everybody, and that is the mindset that you have to have, because you have to expect the no-shows, you have to expect no sales. I just wanted to show you something. This is one of the weeks that I had. Yeah, let me see if you can see it. I had 20 book appointments and I've only made 1 sale out of that because I had a lot of no-shows. So that's gonna happen. So as long as you keep going and don't let that depress you in any way, you're gonna do it anyway. So that happened to me in April.
And you kept going. So let's talk about that a little bit. What do you think caused those no-shows? Because you said you had 20 appointments. How many of those were no-shows, if you remember?
If I remember correctly, I believe around almost 12 of them were no-shows. And I had locked in the appointment. I asked for address, numbers, if there were any gates, color of the house. I mean, people gave me all the information I needed and some even more information than what I needed, and they still no-showed me. I did get to reschedule a couple of them, which turned into a sale, but that is something that is out of my control. I mean, aside from that, I don't know how to tie it any more than I had already done.
Tied it down.
So but I expected that. That's because it happened to me the week prior. I had, I think, 15 or 16 appointments and maybe half of them were no-shows. So I kind of overbooked myself expecting the no-shows, and it still happened. So, I think it's just a matter of timing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And it's a people business as well. Unfortunately, people aren't always 100% accountable to their time, to their calendars as much as we are, right? And it's funny because you're right. You can only control what you can control, which is the number of appointments that you book. Buy enough leads to be able to have enough appointments on the calendar and tie them down as best as you can. And I've had that happen myself recently as well, where it's on more no-shows than usual. And I'm like, what is going on here? What's up with everybody?
I'm like, what did I do? But it's funny because at the same token, I've had less appointments and people have showed up to all my appointments, and I'm talking like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So you just never know. I say just keep going. Have a very positive mindset, because in this industry it is very easy to get discouraged.
Mhm.
One little thing can set you off, and then you just don't want to do it anymore. And then, you also watching you guys grow and continue, and that we're doing exactly the same thing kind of motivates you as well. I think you
Yeah.
need a lot of motivation. When I'm out in the field, one of my biggest motivations is actually Patricia, and she knows this. We're always talking to each other and encouraging each other to keep going. We don't really tell each other, you know what, I'm done, I'm not gonna do this, but we kind of just vent in
Yeah.
a positive way still. I'm not trying to make her day, I'm not trying to bring her down, and she's not trying to bring me down. But I think having somebody to talk to is very good for your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right about that. And it's, we used to say, and that's one of the reasons why we have the office environment, and that's why we're looking to grow offices as well. Because it's like sometimes, hey, you might need a hug, and sometimes you might need to give a hug. If you come in and you just wrote 12 grand this week, you're like, hey, who wants a hug? You come in, you just wrote $1,000 on one policy on 15 appointments. Like, anybody could give me a hug. And so that's why we have these office environments that you want to plug into an office if you can, or get on calls like these, or get in the Facebook group, or have a buddy that you could call, like you said. And that's so crucial. And it's a great point. Make sure you're making connections and you're connecting with people that can lift you up, right? Yep, absolutely. Talk about your day, but talk about like, man, this day sucked. Can't wait for tomorrow so we could get back at it and make it better. And keep going. But it's important to have that, whether it's somebody that's already here or whether you hire somebody. And that's a good reason to hire somebody, because this business can get pretty lonely if it's just you out there on the road helping clients. You hire a friend, they're in the same boat. You guys have something you could talk about even further. So that's pretty cool. What do you think you're going to do this month? 11,800 last month. What do you think you'll finish off?
I was aiming for higher, but I haven't been able to really work a lot for personal reasons. But I'm still dialing, and I'm still trying to get as many appointments as I can. I do have a list to go over for door knockings in Orlando here, in my area. I have about 32 door knocks that I'm planning on doing tomorrow, only because I've been calling them since January. Right now, I'm working on older leads. And not too long ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I closed a lead that it was over 3 months old.
Oh, wow.
So it happens. The possibilities are there, and I have a lot of leads. I just need to work them. I haven't done a lot of door knocking, and that is just, I would say, it's just a personal reason. I believe in door knockings. It's just, that I haven't had the time.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to do. And I do have a couple of appointments for Wednesday. So I'm still going through some stuff, and I'm still trying to work through it, and not let me I'm not making an excuse of not working because of what's happening to me,
No problem. No problem. I understand that with your mom's health as well.
Yeah.
So completely understand. Family is why we do this. So if we need to take time for family, we got to do what we got to do. What do you?
I'm trying to do, like, I'm not letting it stop me and using that as an excuse,
Yeah, just working around it best you can. Completely
Correct.
understand. So last thing, real quick, what do you say when you door knock?
I usually, if I love to door knock mortgage protections, I have their handwriting on it. Those are like my favorites, because when I knock on the door and I ask for them, and they're like, oh, hi, I'm usually like, hi, Maria, hi, I've been trying to get in contact with you for the past whatever X amount of time. And usually, like, let's say something like this, I'm like, you were asking for some mortgage protection. I don't know if you recall. I apologize for taking on. It depends on the case. And they usually go, no, I didn't. So I usually show them the paper, and I'm like, is that your handwriting? And they usually go, oh yeah, I forgot about it. And that strikes up a conversation. But I also get a confirmation off of them that I'm not just, I didn't pull this piece of paper out of nowhere. They asked for the help. And that's why I like mortgage protections, especially to door knock them, because there's a proof that this was nothing that I just, downloaded for any computer.
Makes sense. Okay, good, good, good. Well, let's make it happen this month. Look forward to seeing you at the top of the leaderboard again.
Me
Appreciate
too. Maybe.
Hey,
All right,
Jermaine,
cool, cool. So, oh, go ahead, Gio.
if I can just add something regarding them both, is that they are also looking to diversify their leads. They're dropping mail right now for mortgage protection. So they jumped on right on an opportunity to drop mail. And so for the last,
He cut off.
you heard me?
Yeah, there we go. You said they dropped mail. I accidentally muted you.
Well, I was saying that for the last 2 weeks, they have been dropping mail. So they jumped on an opportunity to start getting mortgage protection leads. And so Elaine and Chris Barrett, they have been doing that for a while. So they're going to start getting those as well. And it's just to add to the diversification of leads that they currently have. So I know that they're going to be definitely between 15 and 20,000 for sure.
Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. Looking forward to it. Good stuff. So, a couple quick questions on the Q&A. So I put out a text to everybody to send in some questions. So we've got a few questions, and then if there's any more from anybody live here, drop them in the chat while we're going over these ones. We're going to give everybody that texts me a chance. I think there's about 6 questions here. So the first one, first question here, I'm going to put it to Gabe to answer. The question is, what are the top 3 things a new agent needs to focus on when preparing to get in the field? So I'm gonna let Gabe answer that one. Where you're at, Gabe?
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty simple, I would say, because a lot of times as a new agent, you want to complicate it and you want to know everything. And no, I did. I'm a processor. I want to know everything about every situation, every objection, every product. But I think, as we say, to keep things simple, the best teacher is experience. And so the top 3 things I think is to get good on the phone, to learn how to dial, watch other people. The other is to know how to successfully complete the client worksheet, not just bits and pieces, but successfully complete it. And then the third thing is to have the confidence to call, or the humility and the confidence to call in the home. I think those 3 things will get you 70% of the way. And then the other 30, you do need to pick up and learn later, but those first 3 will get you started. And I know it's hard because I was like, I don't want to go out and feel naked or feel ill-equipped and stand in front of this person and say, I'm not sure what to do now. But I think if you get good on the phone, good filling out the client worksheet, and then the humility and confidence to call in the home, your manager or mentor is going to know the right product, and you'll learn the right product as you're sitting in front of people over time.
Makes sense. Good answer. And speaking of not going out and being ill-equipped, when I show up to my first appointment, what should I have, or what are some of the things I need to have with me?
So you want me to answer that one too?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously you're going to need a client worksheet. You're going to need however many you have for appointments and print it off. You can do it digitally, but I like having it printed. Some agents go to Staples and get it in a binder where they have 100 of them. But having that, I think, is obviously crucial because you don't know the right questions to ask if you don't have that in front of you. I think you need some type of folder that has the underwriting, the quick guides for term and final expense. And then I do think you need to have the quoters on your phone and the links on your tablet to go to each carrier portal so that you know how to quote and you know where to go to fill out an application when the client's ready. I think you'll learn more stuff to take with you, but I think those are the top things I would say are important right away out of the gate.
Yeah, 100%. Perfect. We had a couple questions on leads. Hey, Chris, Marseille, I'm gonna have you answer this one. And if you could get a little closer to the mic, Chris, somehow, because Gio was coming a little bit distant. I'm not sure how we could do that. This is, there's 2 questions, Chris, on leads I'm gonna have you touch on. One is the leads differ. How do the internet leads differ from the instant internet leads? I guess the new internet leads differ from the instant internet leads. And all right, start with that one, and if you can. And what are the clients looking for? I'm trying to read this person's message, kind of decode it. And what are they looking for? I guess from a coverage standpoint.
Can you hear me, Jermaine?
Yeah, is it sound any Gabe, how's that sound coming through to you? Go ahead, talk, Chris.
It's a little distant.
Is that better, Gabe?
Got you right up in the camera.
There you go.
Okay, cool. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we're in office. So what it is, from my knowledge, the difference between the new internet life lead and the instant internet life lead is that the instant one is dropped in instantly, and I believe it was like within the last 24 hours, to my knowledge, and then greater than 24 hours, it's just a new internet life lead. And what they're looking for, clients have told me that they were on a certain site looking for a quote. So I say that to say that how I dial those leads, I actually completely stole it from Jermaine, but I've been finding great success with it, is I will call the client, I'll let them know, hey, John, this is Chris, just getting back with you. I saw that you had reached out to me online for a quote on insurance, and I just wanted to get back with you to see how I can help. And then, you know, I go on and the rest of my phone script is fairly normal. But yeah, to my knowledge, you know, that's a difference. And then that's how I kind of discern how to help them and book the appointment.
Perfect, perfect. And then I had another question. That was right on point, Chris. Another question on leads. I know you've used these leads, so you'll be great at answering this. For the call-in leads, I think there's silver and there's gold. Can you kind of explain those real quick? What's the difference between the two? Because these are CRM leads.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. What was so funny about that, Jermaine, is I used to hate those leads. I think I told you that story before. However, what I've learned, and I guess I can speak about this just in general on leads, is that a lead is a lead. You know, you're going to hear that a lot, guys. But what I've learned, because I have so many leads coming in, is I just learned how to dial my the different types of leads differently. So to explain what the lead is, and then I'll explain how I dial that lead. A call-in silver lead is basically a mortgage protection lead. They receive a pink piece of paper in the mail. The notice says, hey, call into this 800 number and verify your information to receive further information on your mortgage protection. Now, if that client does not follow through with all of the prompts, it becomes a call-in silver lead, and I believe that lead is $5.15. If they go through every single prompt and complete it straight through, it becomes a call-in gold lead, and that lead is $36. How I dial those leads is very unique to my general phone script. So I will give them a call and I'll say, hey, John, this is Chris giving you a quick call back about your mortgage with ABC Mortgage and that pink form that you received in the mail. And they'll say, oh, yes. And then I'll say, awesome. Just wanted to introduce myself. I'm the underwriter that's been assigned. It's my job just to get you the rest of this information. I wanted to make sure I was speaking with the right person. You're John Thomas, age 59 years young. Is that right? Yes. And then I'll just go on to booking, you know, that lead and that appointment. But in the beginning, I used to struggle with that lead, trying to get people to understand why I was calling. But I realized that when I inserted, hey, I'm calling about that, your mortgage and that pink form, they were like, yeah, I remember that pink form, because, you know, how many forms do you get in the mail that are pink, right? So they're usually able to recall it very, very quickly.
Okay, perfect, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I use those leads. They're a great filler in addition to my other leads as well. I know, like with the $5 ones, sometimes the clients, when I call them, because the $5 ones are the ones that they hang up before the entire, you know, IVR system prompts them all the way through before they complete the entire process. So sometimes I'll get those and, you know, I'll call them and they'll say, hey, I'm no longer interested. And that's a part of the process. I paid $5 for it. A lead is either going to be a sale or a tax write-off. It's one or two. Either way, I'm not losing. So that's just one note I'll make on there. So All right, let me look at another one of these questions here. And I know we got a couple in the chat, but we're going to give first priority to these folks that text questions in earlier. Hold on one second. I know. Okay, that question is a unique question. We'll answer that one later. There was a question about basically underwriting for a client that has cancer. So I'll just answer that one generally. When it comes to underwriting in the knowledge library, we have our underwriting grid that has most, not all of the health conditions. Cancer is definitely one of them. So look at that underwriting grid in the in-home section of the knowledge library, whether it's final expense or term, and it will tell you exactly which company will be able to underwrite that client. Matter of fact, let me just pull that up so everybody knows where to find it. Let me jump to that real quick. All right, knowledge library, if you go to the impact page and then go to in-home, underwriting grid. And you have the different underwriting grids here. So you could just click on it and then you could look and you could scroll down to cancer and you could see exactly who will approve cancer. Let me zoom in a little bit. Where's cancer on here? Right here. So this should give you a good guide as far as what company. We're always leading with America, so I always check them first. And then if you're not sure, after you check this, if it's not clear or you need clarification, then you could call the in-home helpline, which is right here. And somebody, one of the top producers, will help you clarify what's the correct product to write. Okay, and question from Yvonne here about leads. I think we've kind of touched on that a little bit. You know, our preferred lead for everybody getting started is the CRM leads, whether you're doing the instant internet life leads or you're doing the second chance leads like the mortgage protection or final expense mailers that are second chance leads. But CRM is the first go-to. And then most people typically branch either to a Facebook lead, you know, through one of the vendors like Game Time, Leadrilla. There's a few others, Secure Agent Leads, or a couple others. But we have a lead guide, again, in the knowledge library. And I'm going to jump to that real quick so everybody could see. So if you go into the knowledge library and you go to the lead station, we do have a lead guide here in English and Spanish, and it kind of gives you the rundown of the different lead types. Okay, so the CRM is where we all start, and there's a couple tutorial videos here. And then here are the Facebook lead vendors that you could utilize. I've used Game Time Leads, Lead Guru, Secure Agent Leads not on here. Happy Leads, Bang Bang Leads, I've lead those. I mean, all of these are good. That's why they're here. And then you could do some EverQuote leads. These are internet leads. They'll actually do a match up to, I think, $500. So if you start with minimum 500, they'll match you 500. So you'll have $1,000 start with internet leads. And then you have direct mail options. So you guys can go in here, check these out. And if you have further questions, then you could reach out to your mentor to be able to figure out what works best for you. But when you're getting started, the best place to start is the new internet life leads. They're the most affordable and they're the quickest leads to get. So that's where you want to start out. And let's jump to the chat real quick. What happens when someone says that prices are too high and then backstep and then you backstep and start going down the fully underwritten path. Typically what I do when I'm helping a client, I'm finding out what their budget is up front. So that way I don't get the prices too high. I'm always, one of my 3 options is always going to be within their budget. So I try to identify that budget up front. If it's an internet life leads, which is what I predominantly use, it's about probably 70% of the business that I write is internet life leads. I'm always saying to them, hey, Mr. Gabe, most of my clients, they've already been shopping for insurance, so they have an idea of what their budget or coverage amount is. A lot of my clients will tell me, Jermaine, hey, I have $50, $60, $100, whatever it is that I can put towards my insurance. And then my job, Mr. Gabe, is to help you find the insurance company that's going to get you the most amount of coverage for that budget. So that way we're always within your budget. So if you had to pick a number, what is that number for you that you could fit in your budget month to month? So now when I go to show them options, I'm making that like my median number. I'll have a lower number, I'll have a higher number, but I'll put that one in the middle. And then, I'm able to help them figure out which plan makes sense. Now, let me see here. Prosperity quota on your phone. I don't know that there's a prosperity quota. Do you know, Lamar, if there's a prosperity quota on your phone? I just go to their website and I log in. I don't think they have a quoting tool. Does anybody know if they have a quoting tool?
Well, I mean, I know it says phone quoter on the website, and I just wondered, is there a way to put that damn thing on your telephone?
Just a bookmark it. That's all you could do. Yeah, that's the best you could do. So in the in-home section, we have all the quoting tools. Prosperity is the one that they're referring to. I just bookmark this page, and every time I go to run a quote, I log in, and then I just hit quote engine, and I can access it on my phone because I've got my Google Chrome on my phone, and then I can run the quote on my phone. That's the best. That's the only way I know of. If somebody else has a different way, let me know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Let me look back over these questions that I got via text. If you have any questions in the chat here, you can go ahead and drop them in. Just cross-checking, make sure I got everybody. This was okay. All right, I think we got everybody. Anybody else with questions?
Good. I have a question.
Right.
Oh, real quick, German.
What was that?
Hello.
Who's that? Is that Chris Barrett?
Yeah, Agent Barrett.
Okay,
real
there we
quick,
go. Your signal.
I always wanted to ask this question. Yeah, I've always wanted to ask this question. How do you overcome this objection? Because I thought about it and I want me to ask. For a person that says, I actually don't, care about my family, and I don't care if I die or anything like that, whatever. I just don't care about myself.
Mm-hmm.
How do you overcome an objection like that?
Let me ask you, in the last 5 appointments, how many times have you gotten that one?
One time.
One time.
That's
how I overcome that one. I leave and I go on to my next 4 appointments and I sell all 4 of them. And I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm being real about that. Because you'll get people that say that. It's 100%. Oh, I had one guy, they're just going to sell my body they're going to donate my body. I might get that once every 6 months. So I'm moving on to the next person.
Still ask, okay, so if you didn't care, you don't care right now, did you care when you were filling out the
form? Yeah, that's true. You can ask them, if they cared when they filled out the form.
Call the spouse, call the wife and tell her that he don't give a damn.
He probably doesn't have a wife. He doesn't care about anybody else. So, but either way, I move on from those as quickly as possible. That's how I handle that. I'm not going to convince, because guys, we're working with leads, right? So what I'm trying to do, my time is valuable, especially with what I'm trying to accomplish. And you all have to see yourself this way. I was talking to Yvonne today about how we talk when we're on the phone and knowing that we value our time. So we're not begging anybody. we're doing them a favor. They're not doing us a favor. So if I'm with you and you're not being serious about this, I'll ask you a few questions. So, hey, you fill this out. You told me it was okay to come over. I'm confused. What changed? and if they're kind of beating around the bush still, then I'm like, okay, if anything changes, let me know. And I'm moving on to the next appointment as quickly as possible, because there are a small number of the people that we meet with. And I need to get to the person that's ready for me to help them. So, hey, Prince, you wanted to add something to that real quick?
Yes. I want to help some new guys, especially people that are struggling and they have this opportunity in front of somebody. I need you, if you can, try one thing. Remind the person that life insurance sometimes can be beneficial to them. It's not about the people they hate. It's not about their spouse or whoever they hate at that moment, but the living benefit that we have in most of our products. It sets FFL aside from most other companies. Why does it set up aside? Others may have it, but they don't mention it. But guess what? We have something better for the living. If you have chronic illness, if you have something like critical illness, you might be the one that is benefiting from this policy, because a policy of $250,000 I wrote for somebody in Swanee, I just wrote a check for $62,500 to the family because they had a stroke. The guy had a stroke. He didn't die. He's not going to die in the next 5 years or maybe 10 years. But the wife said to me, this is the best thing that happened to her. I can still pay my mortgage. I can still pay for the cars. I can still maintain the lifestyle that we have for the next 5 years just because of you. So remind them, it's not about the dead. It could be about them. If they have a terminal illness, they can accelerate their death benefit, sometimes up to 82 or 100%, but most cases 50%. That is them spending their own money. And it could be tomorrow. It could be next month. It could be next year. We don't know. We don't know when we're going to go. We don't know when we're going to get sick and end up in the hospital, drooling and all that. And there is no money to move us from that shitty hospital to somewhere else. Now you remember you have a life insurance that you can accelerate the death, and you have 100,000. Guess what? 50,000 is given to you. You are now moved to Israel, where they use some marijuana and cure you. You are alive again. So come on, man.
Moral of the story. I bet you guys will never forget now to talk about the living benefits. Thank you, Prince. We'll all remember. What the guy said about marijuana in Israel? Mr. Klein, hold on. Let me call one of our senior underwriters. But
hey, Jermaine, I got a question.
Make sure you're using those living benefits as well. So go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, man, I love Prince's passion, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a question for you. So how do what has been your key to consistency? Because you've always been a consistent writer as well as a consistent agency builder. So what is it, what would 3 keys be to being able to always be able to do that and to get your mind ready week in and week out to be able to run the numbers on both sides, both writing, personal production and then building an agency? What's your key to consistency?
First key is you got to be hungry. If you're not hungry, nothing else matters. You've got to have a desire to want to win and win at the highest level, and not just to win and see your name on the board, because I really don't care. I'd rather not have my name on anything. But I have a desire to win for my family, and that's for each and every one of you. That has to be important. And then and when I mean win for my family, I come from a long line of broke people, right? And some of you could be the same. I like, there's a quote actually, and that's just real talk. I'm being real with you, and hopefully y'all don't judge me, because I don't judge you, but I didn't come from a lot, and I found an opportunity that I can work hard and get a lot. So I'm going to work hard and get a lot. The quote I saw online, I took a screenshot. I'm going to share this tomorrow morning I'm going to steal it and post it on my page, but it says, "No rich parents, no assistants, no handouts, no favors, no excuses. Stay hungry, straight ambition, straight hustle." that's got to resonate with you. And it could be at any level. I mean, maybe you just want to be able to make $5K a month to make sure, the bills are paid and that you're doing it on your terms and nobody's, making any demands on your time and what you want to accomplish. Maybe it's like me where you need that to be multiple six figures. And you're trying to, accomplish as much as possible. And then two, I just genuinely love helping people. So I'm super hungry and I'm going to stay that way forever because I come from a long line of people that have nothing. And then I just genuinely love helping people. And I think if you're attracted to this business, that's something that's already in you, because it's a business of helping people, just from a life insurance standpoint. You're going out and you're putting somebody in a better position. So that way, when they're not there, their family's in the best position possible. So that's straight up helping them. And that's what attracted me to this industry. And then it's the same thing on the agent side. I want to help as many people as possible make six figures, and that's endless. And so I'm going to work as hard as I can to help those that want to, because I know what it feels like to just make $30,000 a year, have no room at all for growth, no bonuses, no raises, nothing, but just be a hardworking individual and not having an opportunity to move forward and not having enough to provide for my family. And so I want to help individuals that are in that position get out of that position and then reach to the highest levels as possible. And then also I've got people that are coaching and mentoring me that I don't want to disappoint. So another thing, you find somebody that you don't want to disappoint. It might be your spouse, it might be a mom, a dad, or whatever the case may be. Somebody that you want to make proud. And therefore I'm consistently striving to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do, that person, those persons can be proud of what I'm doing. For example, I had our baby shower. My wife's 8 months pregnant, and we had our baby shower yesterday. My mom was on there, her mom and dad, my dad was on there, and all we were hearing was like, man, we're so proud of you. And it wasn't like, in addition to them being proud that, hey, you're our son, is we see how hard you work and we're proud of how hard you're working and how many people you're helping. So, those are some of the driving factors that flow into this business. And I think anybody can do that. I think anybody can be hungry and want to achieve more for their family. Anybody can want to help people, and anybody can find somebody that they want to make proud and show that, hey, I appreciate you for the person you are in my life. And then just go out and do it. And I think the fourth thing, you asked for three, but I'll throw four in and then we'll wrap it up. But it's knowing that I've been put on this planet to make a difference and make an impact. And it would be a slap in the face of my creator to not do that on a week-to-week basis, to take time off and slack off when he's given me a window to be able to do the best I can with the gifts and the abilities. I can't dunk a basketball, I can't dance, I can't run a 4.4, whatever else you could get paid a lot of money doing, but I can genuinely go out and help people like Chris Barrett, Agent Barrett talked about. I could genuinely reach out and help agents and try to help them better their financial position. I consider that my talent. And the good thing is it's not really a talent because anybody can do that. So I think those are some of the things, man. And just wanting to be an example to others. That's why we're called the Impact Agency. I want to make an impact in the lives of as many people as possible, in the lives of our staff, in the lives of our agents, in the lives of our clients. And then that creates a ripple effect where everyone else around can make an impact in the lives of their community. And this world could be a better place. So that's the motivation. I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, but those are facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And everybody should feel that way. Everybody should be that way. And just, each week, just treat this thing like it's a job. Even though you're an independent contractor, 1099, you control your schedule. Just know every week I got to go out and help people. There's days that I could not go out and do what I need to do. But I'm still out there doing it because that's what I've been called to do. I like the Belichick mentality. Just do your job, and then this is our job, and it's a great job, a great career. So let's go out and run up the score. We're in week 3. Let's finish the month strong. If you need help, reach out to your mentor. Make sure you're going through the knowledge library. I'm still getting agents that are going through and it's like, oh man, I didn't know this was there. And so make sure you're going through the knowledge library. We're constantly making updates to it, putting the things there. And then making sure that you guys have everything you need. Real quick, see if I could turn this camera real quick. We got two new staff members here. That's James and Randy. They're part of our recruiting and hiring team, getting started today. And of course, VP of Ops, Desiree, running the whole show, still working the entire time. So guys, we're growing. We've got good momentum. Let's not get lazy. Let's not get complacent. Let's stay hungry and let's work. There's a lot of people to help. There's a lot of impact to be made. Thank you for taking some time out, hopping on this call. We'll talk to you next time.